In today's module, I'm going to talk with you about how to analyze metaphors while you're reading. And in Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, I Have a Dream is a metaphor. That is, if X equals Y, the dream is the Y. It is not meant literally. You're not literally asleep and dreaming or literally daydreaming. If we look at this speech, and we'll go past many metaphors here as we do, here's a metaphor. The promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is a promissory note or an IOU. And the U.S. has written a bad check instead of paying off its IOU. That's what Martin Luther King said at the beginning of the Civil Rights Movement. So here's a dream. He says, I have a dream. It is deeply rooted in the American dream. Now, the American dream is a very particular kind of dream, but it's obviously hopes for the future, right? Hopes for a person having hopes for the future. Is being figured, metaphorically modeled as a dream. And then when you say the American dream, it's some kind of particular set of hopes that are particularly American. And I don't know what that is. I mean, I'd like you to figure out what it is. I'm sure you all have ideas about what the American dream is, and you can just state your ideas if you work on this metaphor. So he says, I have a dream that at some point the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. So here, all the American people are being figured as a family having dinner at a table together, the table of brotherhood. Do you think that that's possible? It's a beautiful image. Can we all sit down together as a family at dinner? He says, I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, sweltering with the heat of injustice. I'm so sorry, but my cat is doing something. Stop it! Okay. Sweltering with the heat of injustice and the heat of oppression. So here, injustice, a very abstract comment, and oppression, they're being modeled by the metaphor of sweltering heat. Notice that with this metaphor, you're forced to take the position of somebody who's suffering those things. In other words, people committing injustices or inflicting oppression on other people, oppressing other people. They're not feeling heat, right? They're wielding a weapon or, their fists. Maybe they do get hot. Maybe they get hot from punching or something. But the sweltering heat of injustice is what you feel if you're oppressed or treated with injustice. And sweltering heat, it's awful. You're sweating and dripping and you have prickles at the back of your neck and it's painful and you could even die from it, right? So he's using this metaphor, this model for injustice and oppression. He could use many, many other models and to talk about something else besides how it feels, he might use some other metaphors. So this metaphor highlights the feeling of being oppressed and hides the reasons for it and hides how it might feel to the oppressors and hides other features of it that might be brought out with other metaphors. the power, the rhetorical power of this speech is helping people understand how injustice feels. So that's how you'll work on your assignment. You'll do the x equals y at the top, and then start writing about what the metaphor highlights, what it hides. First, I suppose, just basically what it means. Thank you.